All right. I'm a Steelers fan and an Iowa fan. So we're going to use that today in our example. So I'm going to teach you this skill called AB. It was created on a very uncreative day, and that's why it's called AB. So essentially, you can look at counseling as this. The person that's A is the client. The person that's B is you. And so that, for some reason, helps me in learning the skill, and it'll help you, hopefully. So AB is attunement in a nutshell. You've heard of active listening. This is active listening on steroids. So AB is this. So A is the person that's talking. B is the person that's listening, essentially. So B's role, and us as a counselor, a lot of times our role is to be a sponge, where we take in a sponge. Sorry, I said that too quick. Sponge, where we take in everything from the other person and we bring it out back to them. So there's 4 areas, not the 4 areas of character structure. 4 areas. So the first area is content. The second is feeling. The third is visual and nonverbal. And the fourth is intent, or why they're telling you what they're telling you. So we're going to practice this. I'm going to practice this right now just to give you an example. I'm going to upload this to the classroom site so that you can refer back to this, because I think this is brilliant stuff just to pass on. So here goes. So we're going to do a little 2-chair. So I'm in my wife's classroom right now, which is just a magical journey in and of itself. I mean, look at this thing. This is amazing. I'm pretty sure if I was in this classroom when I was in school, I don't think I would pay attention. But she does a fantastic job keeping people engaged. All right, so I'm going to grab my IKEA chairs, because I've recently found out that IKEA is not expensive and actually cheap. So we go there a lot. So, all right, so I'm going to be the counselor on this side and the client on this side. Hopefully this doesn't get confusing. This is my trial run, and if it does, more than likely there was 10 takes before this and I canceled them all out. All right, so I'm the client. So I would say, so we're going to work on the first skill, content. So this is the counselor, I'm the client. And as the client, I'm saying, I love being a Steelers fan. So as the counselor, I'm literally just reflecting back the content of what was said. You love being a Steelers fan. That's it. It's that simple. Don't complicate it. All right. Second one, feeling. So feeling is this. I love Ben Roethlisberger. And so as a counselor, where I go at this point, so counseling is so quick, there's no way you can actually do this. I do tend to do this at times when I'm really lost. I try to sit with what's being said for a little bit. So like what I'll do on this side is say, when have I ever felt an experience like what they were feeling? So who do I love as much as this guy loves Ben Roethlisberger? Well, as an Iowa fan too, I love Kirk Ferentz. Love that guy. He has like turned around Iowa Nation. So I'm thinking, oh, he's turned around Iowa Nation. If he was my coach, I would just play hard no matter what. Okay, so then I'm just wringing out the feeling part of that back to them. So, oh, so if he was, you would just probably do anything to kind of like be his number one guy. You would love just to be a part of what he's a part of. And then do you see the difference in that versus you can learn attunement in a different way, where you say something like, so you're really happy about him, or you're really impressed with his skills. It's just a different level that you get to when you kind of go to that place inside of yourself. So what that creates in this side is saying, yeah, I just love what he's about. And so the process is that it's a deeper and deeper process of relating, where the person then just stays in what they're feeling and goes deeper. Okay, so third one, nonverbal. So nonverbal is this. It is this easy. Okay. I love Mike Tomlin. He is the best Steeler coach there ever was, except for except for Bill Cowher. That guy, he had a great chin. So, on this side, as the counselor, I'm saying, I noticed you stuck out your chin, or I noticed your eyes raised, or I noticed your eyes got big. That's it. You're simply just pointing out what's happening. See the sponge effect there? So what they're letting you soak in is their nonverbals, and so you just wring that part back out to them. Isn't that brilliant? So easy. So what that creates over here is it allows the person to stay in their process and to not go to your world. So it's kind of like you don't exist at this point, which is nice for them because then they stay in it. So this is my wife, Lizzie. This is her classroom.
Hi.
All right. I'm just doing a video to teach him a skill real quick. So. All right. So fourth part, intent. So intent is this. So it is where the person says what they say. And so the guy says, man, this year I'm a little nervous about Martavis Bryant coming back because, man, if he gets suspended again, like, it's just going to crush our team. So we're putting all our hopes in this guy. I know he runs a 4.2 40, and that's like lightning fast, but I just don't know if we can do it. Just don't know if we can do it. So, as the counselor, about fell over. At that point, we're going to say, why? So the question that goes on in my mind is, why are they telling me what they're telling me? So with this guy, I'm thinking he's telling me this because he's saying it was really tough for him last year when Martavis Bryant left because there's so much skill, and he really wanted Martavis Bryant to get kicked off the team and they get somebody else in that had better character or whatever. And so I'm gonna say that part to him in a way. So I always start this part off with, I think you're telling me this because blank. So I think you're telling me this because you want me to know how tough it was for you to see them bring him back. So that part that keeps them in their experience, and it allows them to come back at you with a different experience. So allows you to deepen that connection where they'll say, so I'll be him, I guess. No, actually, what I'm telling you this because I want you to know that I'm going to need a shoulder to cry on if Martavis Bryant gets kicked off again, because there goes another season. So that's another 4 weeks of the NFL season I don't get to watch the Steelers play. And I hate that because that's my favorite part of the season. So that is it. And so that's the 4 parts of AB.